Like many of you, I started school when I was 6. But unlike all of you, I loved school so much that I repeated 1st grade and 4th grade and 5th grade in Cambodian public schools. Cambodian education was so poor that I didn't learn how to read until 5th grade and finally understood basic addition and multiplication in 6th grade. Having studied in 3 different countries and languages, I realized that the education in the West has far greater quality and effectiveness than the education in my own country. I have pondered why, and for this reason, I was motivated to research this matter. What I found was shocking, and instead of feeling ashamed of my country's poor education, I feel deep pity for my people, especially those who don't even have the chance to attend school. Cambodia has poor educational system today because of the destructive in the past and the poverty in the present. The factors that have negatively affected the Cambodian education are the devastation by the Khmer Rouge, the lack of skilled educators, and the poverty that restricted teachers from teaching and students from learning. But first, you need some insight into the history of Cambodia's education. Cambodia's traditional schooling was very basic. Only males could learn. They were taught by Buddhist monks at a temple. When French colonized Cambodia in the late 19th centuries, French introduced modern education and more Cambodians could attend school, including girls. School became more popular until the communist Khmer Rouge took over the country in 1975. The Khmer Rouge strongly opposed Western influence and teaching, so they did everything in their power to destroy modern education and the educators. The communists valued labor over knowledge, and for this reason, they burned books, turned schools to prisons, and killed anyone with a formal education, such as doctors and lawyers, professors, and students. I lost my grandfather and an auntie to the Khmer Rouge during this tragic time. After 4 years of killing and forced labor, the Khmer Rouge left Cambodia with ruined buildings and starving illiterates to rebuild the country. Cambodia was desperate for educators, so the people adopted the slogan, "Those who know more teach those who know less." According to Ministry of Education, only 3% of the teachers at that time had gone to college. Today, Cambodian education has slightly improved, but poverty is also a major cause that prevents students and teachers from devoting themselves to education. Most teachers do not make teaching their priority. The reason is that the government pays too little, about $10 a month, so they often find a second or third job. To add to the teaching payment, teachers charge students daily. Teachers want as many students as possible in their classes so they can earn more money. The ratio of students and teachers in Khmer public schools is 50-1. And according to UNESCO, parents still have to pay 75% of the children's primary education. This is impossible for some families because they can't even afford to feed their hungry children. One year, my teacher trusted me to collect money for her, and I collected the money every day. And since I was an orphan back then, I did not have to pay. I remember one girl who skipped class often, and I thought she was lazy. But one day, I saw her at recess selling sweet potatoes. I talked to her and she told me that she skipped class because she couldn't afford to pay the teacher and that her family needed her help. With a few clicks on the internet, I was informed of why the education in my country is as inefficient as it is. Before, I was frustrated and ashamed of its lack of effectiveness, but now I appreciate the little improvement it has made. My purpose of informing you of this is so that you may come to realize that not every country has the great education that America has, and not every child on this earth has the privilege to go to school as you do. And since you are blessed with all these unlimited resources, take advantage of them and be thankful.